Hey, so the big day came and went, and apparently it was also holding people back from finding a better quality of life. What's that all about? Let's find out next. Hey everybody, Dave Edwards, Treasure Valley Dave here, your great real estate agent by your side when it comes time to buy a home, sell a home, or relocate to the Treasure Valley right here in Idaho. Some people haven't been relocating, and I came across this story that talks about how many home buyers were waiting for the results of the election. Now, why would that be? I thought it was pretty interesting, so let's just get right into it. So here's this story from Realtor.com that talks about how election 2024 home buyers waiting for results could finally come off the sidelines. So what were prospective home buyers hesitant to pull the trigger about? Because they're waiting for the election. Well, the election already happened this week, and let's continue on here. Logically, it probably makes little short-term difference to the individual buyer whether Harris or Trump actually gets elected president. Maybe it's because they are seeking more certainty. They were kind of in the deer in the headlights mode because they're scared because, well, the media, frankly, has got them all scared. They got that side scared. They got that side scared. Don't know what's going to happen. Whatever it is, the results are going to be wildly different from one to the other. Trump supporters were holding out to see if his promise to lower mortgage rates would actually happen. And so the thing about that is that, so even if Trump comes in, which is still going to be another 2.5 months, and then he has to implement his policies, and some of those may need congressional support, and we still don't know who has the House yet, but the Republicans do have the Senate. Now, whether those Republicans are more rhino and going to be more of an obstacle than what we would hope for, I don't know. But it's not really Trump's policies are going to take, months, if not years, to actually affect how the economy is going. I mean, sure, we're going to have immediately, we'll probably have a feel-good, kind of a Reagan-esque type of a feel. It's like morning in America again, but it's going to take a while for those things to actually start kicking in. Harris voters might be waiting for her to deliver on that free $25,000 down payment subsidy. And of course, it's not the first time that Harris, Biden have promised particular groups, identity politics, certain amounts of money, just keeping them on the hook, say, oh, we're going to give you money, just keep voting for us. Well, they keep getting voted for and then they never get the money. Well, this time they didn't get voted. Maybe people are actually starting to wake up now. And from this other story from Realtor.com, they report on this survey that says 1 in 3 Americans want to relocate if their presidential candidate loses. Wow, a new survey reveals that 1 in 3 Americans want to relocate if their candidate loses. It's kind of interesting. Let's get into this one. A significant portion of Americans desire to be aligned politically with people in their area. People like to be around people that they like. So these people, they like to be around people like themselves, politically and, even societally. They don't like to be hanging around with criminals. And to be frank, there's a lot of criminals in California. And talking about Californians, this is how some of their ballot measures played out this election cycle. And it's kind of mixed in a way. So it looks like Californians are voting for more societal changes to make life a little bit better there. And, that's absolutely great. Also, money's going to be a big part of what goes on in California. And they also passed this $10 billion school bond. It doesn't go to teachers. It goes to building buildings and construction and things like that. But also, they don't say this in the headlines, but part of that is going to be $8 billion that gets paid in interest. So it's $10 billion plus $8 billion. So it's nearly double the amount that just goes to interest, goes to the lenders. So it's a pretty sweet deal if you're the lender. A wildfire and water bond, $10 billion in general obligation funds. So we can expect another $8 billion in interest on that. So there's $16 billion that's planned, probably go up, who knows? And then societally too, not everything was, lock them up. This also says that it's deleted the language in California code that says that marriage is only between a man and a woman. So that's changing. I don't know if you like that or not, but that is definitely a change. And here's the article that Realtor.com article was talking about 1 in 3 Americans want to relocate if their presidential candidate loses. This is really interesting. So 4 in 10, 40% of Harris voters want to move if Trump wins the election. They said that 2% definitely will, and another 4% probably will, and others want to, but they don't know if they can or not. And there's reasons for that too. But the top 3 states that this is the liberals that want to move to escape the extremism of Trump is they want to go to California, Texas, and Georgia. Well, I can understand going to California because, that's a sanctuary state. They welcome liberals with open arms. And here's some of the concerns that they're afraid that Trump is going to, devastate their lives about to the point where they want to move. Abortion, racial inequality, overturning progressive rights, just on and on. Environmental erosion of voting rights, whatever that means. Unjust immigration policies. Moving on. So 1 in 4 Trump voters want to move if Harris wins the election. And of the Trump voters, 3% said they would definitely relocate. That's more than 30% more, 33% more than the Harris voters said. And another 3 probably will. The states that they're considering moving to are Florida. I understand that. Texas. That's where all the liberals are going to move to too. And then Tennessee. So if the Trump voters do leave the country, where are they going to go? Canada and the United Kingdom. So what are the Trump voters concerned about if Harris gets elected? Well, higher cost of living, economic deterioration, open border policy, increased taxes, weakening of national security, increased government control. So a lot of those things are at the national level, but a lot of these things can be mitigated by moving to the right state. And I would argue that moving to Idaho would be a great step in mitigating a lot of these. The higher cost of living, inflation is going to go everywhere, but economic deterioration, we have so much going on economically here in the Treasure Valley. We've got jobs, we've got homes being built, we've got businesses being started. And we don't have a whole lot of spending on social programs. We're not like California sending, billions and billions of dollars to fight poverty and drug abuse and then still have poverty and drug abuse. We just don't do that. So economic stability is what you're going to find right here in the Treasure Valley and throughout, most of Idaho. So what about those California conservatives? What can they do? Well, obviously move to Idaho, but they can vote with their feet. And so many people have done that. This lady that they talked with, she said that she thought she was living the California dream up in the El Dorado County, which is quite beautiful. There's no doubt about that. But not all was golden in the Golden State. The Crafts eventually decided to sell their house and move more than 2,000 miles away. Quote, she said, I never thought in a million years I'd move, but here I am. Basically, she said, we are political refugees and we are voting with our feet. And so that's exactly what I would encourage you to do. If you're still, we've talked to so many people that said, we're waiting till the election. Okay, now the election's come and gone. What are you going to do? What's changed? Has California got any better? Did Washington State or Oregon, did they go from blue to red? Nope. Are they still going to have all the wacky stuff going on and the high taxes and sure, you've got beautiful scenery, nice forest. And if that's what's important to you, then please stay. Also, if you want to be a liberal, please stay in those places. That's where you need to be. Apparently, that's what the survey said too. So maybe you're a crook, a drug user, stuff like that. You're not going to be comfortable in Idaho. So stay where you are. Go to California. They treat you right. They want you there. Why not? They spend a lot of money on you. So, but if you're, want that better quality of life for maybe you and your family and for your retirement years or just as you're growing up years, oh my gosh, Idaho is fantastic. So to learn more about what the Treasure Valley is all about, I've got this really great relocation guide, 96 pages, full color, and it's got just a lot of information about the various different things that go on here. Talks about the weather, our seasons. We have great seasons here, jobs and careers, all the different towns. It breaks it down, and you really get kind of a feel for the character of all the different towns because they all do feel a little bit different. We talk about jobs, activities, and stuff like that. And you can get this for free. All you have to do is go to www livinginthetreasurevalley.com. www.livinginthetreasurevalley.com. Also, every week I put together and send out this email. It's like a newsletter, and you can get your own copy. This week, we talked about exactly some of the stuff that we talked about in this video about the elections and things like that. So you can get on my list, and I'll send this out to you every week. Don't worry, I'm not going to spam you with anything. And all you have to do is go to www.getdavesemail.com. No apostrophe. I ain't Joe Biden. I don't play that. Getdavesemail.com. So, hey, thanks for coming along today. I think we got some good information here, some good insights on what some people are thinking, and maybe it is time to relocate and get out of wherever it is you are. And you want to know, what's the housing market look like up in the Treasure Valley for this coming year? Well, check out this video that I shot recently and find out for yourself. And let us know how we can help you. Until next time, we'll see you on the next video.